how would you describe the Oberheim sound?
Oh, I know exactly. When the engineer that was actually was working here as a consultant, Jim Cooper, helped me with the SCM. I had, like I said, Dave Ross from the oscillator, and Dennis Colin did the filter, and I did the power supply, and I did the front panel, and I got all this together. The first time that Jim got the prototype together, I listened to it, and I wasn't really happy with the way it sounded. And so I hired a room at this building where I had the storefront building, still building as the pedals. And I took my scope and soldering iron and a bag of resistors into this room, and for 3 or 4 days I sat there just changing resistor values to change signal levels through the machine to the way I liked it. And Jim had kind of erred toward worrying about it just being keeping the distortion low, and I decided I wanted the signal to be hotter, even though I'd live with the distortion. And that's the sound. It is the sound.
Because it was musical to you. You were voicing it.
I was voicing it.
But it sounds like something you had to do.
But I
you had to get in there and do it.
I did it, and to tell you an interesting story, one of the characteristics of the two-pole filter in the SCM was, unlike a Mini Moog or an ARP 2600, if you turn the resonance up, eventually the 2600 or the Mini Moog the filter would oscillate. So you could get quite a bit of resonance. The two-pole filter, by design, does not oscillate. Now, funky resistors and stuff, sometimes they would oscillate on an SCM, but it was much higher resonance. And so in the 70s, people said, I love my SCM, but when I turn the resonance all the way up, it kind of distorts. In other words, they didn't like that. Now, jump ahead 30 years. Somebody had told me, the thing I like about the SCM, you turn the resonance up, it really distorts.
Like on the ARP 2600, you bring up the resonance and bye-bye bass. Mm-hmm. And so that was what drew me into it, because I could get resonant bass sounds that kicked butt.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do it any other way.
It's because there is, and I don't ever go here if anything, but I believe this. These things do live and breathe, and they do have a soul. Mm-hmm. And that does come from what you were saying earlier about the resistors in the SCM. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You have to regard that as art. Even if it's science, your ear and what you did was art. And that DNA is the Oberheim sound, and that has gone into every product from there on out. These things still work, and they still sound really, really, really good. And they're iconic. And I think, personally, on the record, that the Oberheim stuff is the best of the classic products. Like, whenever somebody calls me for a 4-voice, 2-voice, 8-voice, I always tell them the same thing. You're purchasing the best synthesizer, sound-wise, looks-wise, that exist. And I do believe that. It's subjective, of course. To me, it's subjective, but I think it's the greatest thing. And myself and my staff, my family, of course, are very grateful for what you created. And I can't say that enough.